Welcome back, guys, to another lovely video with your host, MixtSpoon, as always. I think today's video, in my main Minecraft world, episode 3, I want to discuss on building a Minecraft villager breeder. It is something we are going to need dearly, especially if we want to fill up this. And eventually what I want to do is I want to make a little village so I can have different trade areas and maybe even a trading hall, you know. I was going to get to the portal today, but I don't want to get to the portal today. So I'm not going to get to it. I only get to things that I want to do, and that's not one of them today. Today I want to get on a village breeder because I want mending. I am actually quite sick of all of my tools and stuff breaking. I mean, obviously they don't break all the time. I don't think any of these are broken yet, because every time they get near to breaking, I save them, and that's why I have this. By the way, I have an enchanted diamond pickaxe now. I don't think I showed you in the last one. But I do want to get into breeding, so that's the plan today, and I'm going to show you how you guys can have a cheap villager breeder of your own. It doesn't cost too much. It costs a few beds, some wood, and well, basically you're gonna want farmers, right? You're gonna want 2 farmers, and they're gonna make you villagers. So it's actually quite simple. Let's get right on it. Yeah. Okay. So the first things that you probably gonna want to get is some oak slabs. Probably gonna want trapdoors. Any trapdoors will do. I'm just gonna use oak ones. I'm gonna make new ones. I could use these ones, and you know, because it's cheap. This is an easy thing, but I'm not gonna do that. You will need some glass. That's for sure. Actually, I lied. You don't need slabs. So don't get slabs. That's a lie. That's a complete lie. You do, however, need this, and then you also need 10 beds. No, that's also a lie. You need 12 beds total. You need 2 beds for the villagers that you can have breeding, and then you need 10 other beds. Villagers are gonna do the thing. They're going and whatever they gotta do, you know. They're gonna make babies, and the babies are gonna go towards the other beds. Those babies will actually fall down a chute. They will go down water, and they will go into a bow or a minecart or whatever you want to use to escort the villager. They get birthed, they drop down a chute, go down the water, and they go out. It's actually quite simple. It just takes a little bit. It's probably the most simplistic type of villager breeder that I could show you. So we're gonna get right into showing you how to do that. I was just jotting my memory for a minute, and it was kind of skipping in my head, and I didn't remember how to do it. But now I'm starting to remember how to do it. It's been a while since I made one, so. I did say that we needed 12 beds total, so that means we're gonna have to shear a bunch of sheep, and we don't have our own sheep right now, but eventually I will have my own sheep, so, but I should have had a bunch of sheep ready for this, but I don't. So I'm gonna take a little bit of my time to go ahead and shear a bunch of sheep. And, yeah, I thought I'd just leave it on the little note. It's gonna take me a second. But, yeah, well, you won't even notice. You won't even notice. What am I saying? Who am I kidding? It's gonna skip. Oh, right, like I said, it was nothing for you guys, but we have our 12th bed. That's 12 total. I didn't miscount. Okay, there's 12 there. Trust me, I know. I'm sure they won't mind. I'm just gonna kind of borrow one of their future beds, you know, because I need a nap too, you know. I like sleep as well. They're not the only ones who just get to sleep, and they're not even here yet. They don't even exist. But soon, we will have a whole village, okay? We will have a whole village, my good sir. Maybe even 2 whole villages. And then it starts raining. Why is it raining? I don't want it to rain. This is a build day. Get the rain out of here. Please tell me it's thundering. It's not thundering. I can't get rid of it. As much as I love the rain, I don't love it while I record. I think it's obnoxious when I record. I do love it any other time, though. That helps. Probably doesn't. What a fucking question. Do you own a fork? Do I own a fork? My friend just asked me if I owned a fork. Of course. I was like, no. And he was like, oh, never mind then. Like, I'm like, what kind of fucking question is that? Who doesn't own a fork? I own a fork. What? Are there people who don't own forks? What do you mean, do I own a fork? I've never heard anyone ask that in my life. Do you guys own a fork? Do I really even own forks? I've been trying to figure it out for the life of me. But neither the villagers or animals want to go in boats. I was just going to lead the villagers by boat. But they don't really seem to be too inclined to go in the boat. Like, look, watch. Look. Come on. Don't, in the boat. In the boat. I also don't have any collisions with them. I can't, and I've tried different things. Like, look at this, guys. They won't go in the boat at all. Like that, look, they're pushing up against it. They're right next to. Look, he's clipping through the boat, and they don't want to go through it. And like he's on top of it. They're both on top of it. They won't go in any of the boats, and I don't understand why. I've tried it on the animals. The animals won't go in the boats either. I don't know if like why won't they go in boats? Look. All right, here's a sheep, right? I've seen them go in sheeps hundreds of times, but too many times to count. Ever since they were allowed to go in. Get in. Look, he's not. He won't get in the boat. What do you mean? What about the chicken? Does the chicken get in the boat? Does the chicken get in the boat? Chicken, go in the boat. Go in the boat, chicken. Look, I'm colliding with the chicken. The chicken won't go in the boat. Why won't my chicken? Why won't things go in a boat? I don't understand. In the boat. In the boat. Look, he's colliding with it, and he still won't get in the boat. I don't understand. I have to try minecart or something. That's ridiculous. It won't. I can't get him in boats. I was just gonna lead him over to this little village breeder that I got going, but it's not working. Ain't no worky, boss. I don't want to have to. Oh, that's gonna take forever in a minecart. Oh, and I don't have the stuff to cure a zombie villager either. Oh no, I'm in trouble. Wow. Okay, I don't know if you guys just see that, but the villagers just went straight through the minecart. I was gonna try the minecart too, but none of them want to seem to work. None of them at all. I don't understand what's going on with the collisions. I did have a collisions mod, but I got rid of it. I took it off because I knew it was gonna be a problem, and it's still. I think my world broken. Um, you know what? No fret. I will just build it next to the village, and when they or take all their beds, and I will move two of those villagers inside of the thing that I'm going to build. It's no biggie. It's no biggie. I know how to fix it. I know how to fix every single bit of it. All right. I know. I got this. I got this now. I don't know why. What is wrong with the boats and the carts? But that's not gonna ruin anything. We're gonna continue right with this. I know what we're gonna do. Well, I lied. It does ruin one thing. It means that I can't use the minecart system to get a villager out. I have to figure out a different way to do it. And that's kind of scary because that means either A, actually the only option that I'm thinking of, I'm going to have to lure them out with a bed somehow at night, even though they're already going to be linked to a bed. I don't know how this is gonna work because I kind of counted on the collisions to be able to for it to get into the boat. Oh, this isn't gonna be fun. Oh no. Oh no. Guys, it ruins everything. I can't do anything with villagers like that. I'm just gonna... Oh, no. Yeah, because I can't travel villagers out anywhere with boats or minecarts. How am I gonna be able... What? What do you mean? Hold on, I'm gonna do some research real quick. I don't even know where they went. Okay, so I'm gonna try leaving the area and coming back and see if that fixes it, because they may be glitched. That's the only thing that I seem to, well, that's the first thing that I actually came across. It's not the only thing that exists, the only option. I hope it's not. But it just basically tells me to go away and come back and reload the trunk. I don't know why that would be like that. They should be able to go right into minecarts and boats all the same, but it doesn't seem to want to work for either one. So I'm gonna hope reloading the chunk area will do it. I'm gonna go all the way over here, and if that doesn't, then we're gonna have to keep trying to figure it out. And if eventually it doesn't work at all, we need villagers, man. We need to be able to move villagers around. Okay, I'm gonna hope that I'm far enough away now. Look at how far that mountain is. I've definitely got to be far enough. So I'm gonna head back, and guess I'm gonna show you guys whether it works or not, and we'll go from there. You know, I can't believe every time I try and do a world, something ends up going wrong. I either die, the world gets corrupted, some reason the world just isn't there showing up in my game. I don't understand why I have these problems. I don't know. I don't get why I have problems with trying to make a survival world. Oh, it's so ridiculous. I yearn so bad to be able to make a decent series, but every time I try to, something comes up in the rut and I trip on wire. All right, a moment of truth for my villager brother. Please, please, get in the boat. No, get... I can't push you, because for some reason that won't work. Get in the boat. Get in the boat. Right over it is ridiculous. What do you mean? Get in the boat. Stop spinning. Get in the boat. Yes. Get in the boat. That is insane. You're touching the boat. Get in the boat. Get in the boat. God damn it. Sigh at me. All right. Let's troubleshoot again. Okay, so let's try a command. Right. And this is something that I hope I can use in survival and be just fine because it's the only way that's going to be able to work. So what we're going to do is we're going to do dash, reload. Does that not work? Does not work? Okay, hold on. Ah! Ah, what do you mean? Did no worky. Get in my boat. Damn it! What do you mean? Ah! Ah! Get in the boat. Get in my boat. I can push the boat, but not the villagers. Insane. And they won't. Okay, can I just... Mm-hmm. Oh, I can get in the boat. So I got this mod that I'd installed because for this reason. I just installed it. So we're gonna see if this will work. Yes! Yes! Okay. Listen, it wouldn't work! I tried debugging, I tried reloading, I tried everything. I tried looking up a mod so I can leash a villager. That didn't work. And I'm really sorry. I did want to keep this as vanilla as possible, but I I didn't want to ruin the vanilla feel, but I guess we had no choice. Well, you know, now that I can do this, I'm going to shove 2 villagers in a hole, and then I'm going to show you everything we'll need, and then how to make this. That was too tiring. I spent an hour trying to figure out how, an hour and 20 minutes actually, how to figure out how to get these villagers to work. And they just wouldn't work. So you know what? My hand has been forced. Sit there, my friend. I'm gonna dig you a nice, lovely, beautiful hole that you can sit in for a little while until I get another villager in here. That was some ridiculous SOB. Come here. You're not going nowhere. Thank you. No thank you. How'd you like that, huh? You like them apples? Good job. You got yourself trapped. Please forgive me, guys. I really didn't want to have to do that, but nothing would work. I couldn't put them in boats. Mine carts weren't working. Nothing would wanted to work. I can't even push them, and I don't even understand it. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys how to make the villager breeder the way that it's supposed to be made, but I'm not going to use, like, a couple of the things I won't use simply because for some reason that minecarts and boats just won't work for me for some reason. I think the one entity, because I had like an entity hitbox thing or a collisions thing to where a bunch of entities wouldn't make the game lag. Like if there were too many pigs in a hole or something, the game wouldn't lag. And I deleted that because of this issue. And apparently it leaked into the world anyways, and it's going to be an issue either way. Maybe it's not an issue if I turned off fabric, which I'll try it later maybe and see if that's the issue. But for now, I guess I won't use 2 of the methods to be able to get the villagers out of the chambers. I will just pick them up. But I will show you guys how it's supposed to work, just so you guys know how to do it. Okay, so pretend that there's also a minecart in here. But what you're going to need is 12 beds. You're going to need a few blocks of dirt. You need a powered rail. You only need 1 powered rail, really, and you only need like 4 or 5 regular rails. You're going to need a button for the powered rail, and you're also going to need a minecart to put on the power rail as well. You'll also need a composter. You'll only need 2 pieces of glass. Maybe you'll need 4, depending on how I build it. And then you need a bunch of trapdoors. It's the same. It's pretty much 10 trapdoors. You don't need as many as I've got. So you'll also need a hoe as well. This is so you can make crop plots around in a composter area so the villagers can get to them. Because you're gonna need farmers, and this is exactly how this farm works. It relies on very much on farmers. So now I'm going to go to bed, and then I'm going to show you how this works. Okay, so we've got a little area dug out here. Basically, I went 10 over this way, and then I just kind of went 3 high, and then you're gonna continue to dig this back a little ways. You're also going to head, while you're digging back that, before or after, you're going to build yourself a nice little trench here. This is where the villagers are going to fall into and then come out of. Okay, well, once you've got your trench built, if you kind of want to know what it kind of looks like, it's kind of going to look like this. So as long as it doesn't hit the 8 block mark, it's fine. So here I've got 2, 4, 6, and then what'll happen is a water will go down all the way down like this, and it'll push up against blocks here. So that's where the villagers are going to flow into. And actually, I kind of changed my mind. We're going to make it a little deeper, just so they can't jump out when they get up there. But it's basically the same kind of idea. It's gonna run water all the way down, and it's gonna push them over here. Just so you have a little bit of a walkway, so you don't keep falling in and out of there. Just go ahead and put yourself one of your trapdoors right here. You don't need to give them extra room. Okay, we're not gonna call them that. They're your workers. You don't need to put it 3 high, but I'm gonna put it 3 high just because it looks a little nicer on the inside, you know, and it gives them a feel pad. They don't have much headroom, so I like to go 3 high instead of 2. But you definitely don't have to. You can keep it at 2 high. They don't need the headspace. I just like them 2 for aesthetics. By the way, I am going to take the lazy route. I am not going to put any builds over this just yet. I'm going to leave it as is once I'm done with it. Just because I don't really want to go into the detail of building that. I'm probably going to build something like it off camera, or if I can figure out how to live stream to YouTube, I'll do it that way. I've been having a little bit of trouble live streaming to anything really, and having the chat bubble for chat come up, so I haven't really been able to get into that without, you know, because I want to be able to read people's chats, and I haven't gotten that. So until I figure that out, I won't be doing live streams. But I will eventually. I do promise that I will eventually. So all the off-camera stuff like mining and off-camera building can be shown for everyone. Alright guys, once you've dug in your space, well, it should look kind of like this. It should be 12 back, and on each side it should go 12 this way and that way, and then 12 blocks front to back. And then you want to have it about a stack and 16 will be dug out in this little area, kind of looking like this. And right here, this block is where a water source will go. This is where the tilled area for your farmers will go. Now, you don't have to have your area necessarily with a borderline, like outline like this. A borderline? Yeah, a border. You don't necessarily have to have a border like this. I just like to have it like this, again, just for aesthetic purposes, because it looks a little nicer than just a big, giant, flat dirt ground, you know? I don't know. Having an outside lining to my dirt feels better, I guess, in some kind of way. It also doesn't make me feel as bad for trapping these guys all up inside of one space. And again, when you dig up that area, you should have a stack and 16 left over. And then once you're ready, you're gonna go ahead and place all of your dirt until it looks like this. And then you're gonna want to go ahead and shave it. And now that your dirt is shaved, it should kind of look like this, and the water in the middle should be turning all of your dirt into darker and darker blocks. That's a good sign. That means that your dirt can have seeds or food or whatever you want to put on it, so that stuff will grow here, because it'll turn into regular dirt if it doesn't. And for better context, like I said, the 12 by 12, and then that's 4 in each direction from your water source. Really, you can go and place these anywhere in here, but I like to kind of have them even from the center. I'm one of those freaks, you know. So what I'll do is I'll have my bed space, or actually what I'll do is I'll put these here like this. We're just gonna cover those back up. And then you want to make sure you leave a space above the composter, because if you don't, they don't have access to it for some reason. Even though they could see it, it blocks them off. So then what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to place one bed here in this corner. And then I'm going to go ahead and place a bed in this corner. And this gives the two villagers that are going to be in here access to be able to sleep, because they're the ones that need to sleep. They're the important. After that, you're going to want to go ahead and place all your trapdoors here. Don't do that. After they're down, you're going to want to go ahead and flip all of them. That way, it kind of looks like that. So you have your composters, and then you have your two beds, your tilled dirt, and then all of your trapdoors kind of like that. Once the villagers breed, a baby will come to, they'll come over here up front, and they will fall down. I'm going to show you more in a second how they're going to come down here. I'm sure you could guess, depending on how long you've played. All those beds aren't made for nothing. So, speaking of those beds, you're going to want to come along here. I'm going to have to fix this issue. Maybe don't mess up the way I did. We're going to go ahead and fix this. Hold on. There we go. I fixed my little problem. Now we get back to placing our beds in this hole. And if you're following along with me, it should kind of look like that. Okay, the next thing you want to do is you want to get your glass, your powered rail, your regular rails, and your button. You're also going to want to remember your water. I don't know where my water went. It kind of disappeared on me. Yeah, so make sure you get your water bucket too. You don't want to forget about that. Okay, so you're going to want to come in here, back in our little trench like we discussed, and you're going to want to just place your water down just like that, so that it can flow out. You may have to come down here and dig your well a little deeper, because that is an 8-block limit. Water does not reach any farther than that, and you're gonna just kind of come in like that. And then you're going to want to just kind of let that water loose, you know, let it go wherever it needs to go. All right, and now that you let your water loose, you're going to actually block it off, just like that. I'm actually going to, yeah, hold on. I'm just going to block them off up here just so no monsters can jump in at them. Then you're going to go ahead and put your button here. You're going to put a powered rail here, and then, you know, however many rails you really want to use. I'm only going to use the 2. So that's 1 button, a powered rail, and 2 regular rails, just like that. Now you're going to want to grab your villager. You should be using it by a boat or by, you know, something else. Let me just put you down real quick. And, oh, look, he went in just like that. Okay, cool. Let's go grab our other one. Oh, leaving so soon, my good man. Where are you guys going? Where? I don't think so. Make sure you... Where did they go? Okay. Okay, he's going to sleep in there. Where have you gone? You... Don't mess up and put your villagers... Don't mess up. Make sure you block this 2-space gap so these 2-faced fools don't, they don't go through. Sorry about that. Can you? Thank you. All right, get in your hole. Cool. Give me. Inside you go. All right, cool. So, now that this is finished, what you're going to want to do is go to bed. So, to get your village breeder activated, all you have to do is give them food, and then the system all works perfectly fine. It's not broken like mine is. You should be able to get, imagine there being a cart here. When the baby comes down and you push the button, they will go in the cart and they will ride out. That's how it's supposed to work, but mine's broken, so that part I unfortunately can't show you. Alright, so go inside your area and go ahead and throw them some bread. They should pick it right up. There he goes. He's picking it right up. And what he's going to do is he's going to give it to his lover over here. Hopefully, he gives it to his lover. Come on. Go ahead. Do your thing. Alright, I will come back when they want to, deliver, I guess. Unless he's going to go through it now. Nope. Okay. He wants privacy. I get it. I understand. I would want privacy too. Alright guys, I'm here on a different world just so I could show you how it should be, because there is a way that this is supposed to be, and it's not supposed to be, like how I'm having it, all sorts of trouble and whatnot. Ew, there's a witness in there. But if you look here, see, it's the same kind of thing. I have it a little bit bigger than the one, that I'm showing you, but there's 2 beds with 2 villagers, and then there's 2 composters and a big area for farms. Now these ones, they actually listened. Like I was able to put the boat in boats and stuff. But I just wanted to come here and show you how it does work, just so you guys are aware. So the baby villagers come in down. They fall in between there. See, those ones are all grown up. And what's supposed to happen, there's supposed to be like this, right? They come through inside of the minecart. See how he's actually sitting in there? It's not broken. And yeah, you push that. I have a lever there for some reason. But the powered rail activates, and then it pushes him out just like that. And that's how you're supposed to get your villagers out of this farm. I don't know why it's working. Funny enough, I am actually on Bedrock showing you this. It works the same. Both villager breeding methods, I'm pretty sure, are exactly the same. So I just wanted to show you that it's working, and that's how that works. I don't know why I'm saying so many times. But yeah, that's how a villager breeder works, and just wanted to make sure you guys knew exactly how it's supposed to work, so I'm not lying to you or anything like that, because I don't like to be shown that I am lying. I'm sure you guys don't like when people are lying to you. So, all right, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for this one. That's the whole video. That's what it's about. It's the old villager breeder. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This villager breeder is actually pretty simple. I was showing it a while ago, and it seems to work, at least for this version. I'm pretty damn sure that it still works even in Java. I know for sure it works in Bedrock. I guess in the next video, I'll tell you guys whether or not it's working. And I'm going to make sure that I'm going to make sure that it see that it works. And if it doesn't, then I will follow up with another video and we will make a whole new one because it's something that should work. It's simple. Villagers only need beds. They don't need doors like they used to. At least I don't think so. So, but yeah, we're going to wrap it up here. And I'm going to say that it's good. It's good. I don't know why I'm acting so weird. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy, leave a like. And if you really want to stick around and see more, give me a giant, fat, juicy subscribe. Just so I can make it out there in the world. And I appreciate you guys. Spoonie out.